My main goal is to build a life that I don't need a vacation from. That's been my goal for a long time, and another goal that I have is to figure out how to take a vacation without needing a vacation from that vacation, but that's for a whole another video. But seriously, one of my main goals has been to reach financial independence, and the whole idea of the FIRE movement is to save up enough money or invest enough money that you can live off the interest of that indefinitely. And that has been one of my goals, is to just figure out how I can retire in my 20s or 30s. And while I have had some success kind of pursuing that, actually, as I've gotten more into minimalism and this whole idea of owning less and living more simply, my goals have kind of changed. And so I kind of wanted to talk about in this video how you can reach financial independence and what I'm doing to strive towards going towards financial independence, but still have a minimalist lifestyle, and how the two of those kind of can come together, can help you get to your goals a ton faster, live more simply, kind of a mesh between the two that can really help you in your life, and it's really helped me. So that's what we're about to talk about. But first, it's time for the sponsor of this video, NerdWallet. It's summer, and if you are like me, you want to do some traveling, been stuck inside for a while, want to do some traveling. I already used up all of my credit card points when I did my last 2 trips last year. Maybe it was this year. But anyways, I've been looking for a new card because I strategically sign up for certain cards that offer huge bonuses if you hit their minimum spend. So I've been using NerdWallet to do that. If you go on their app, you could just click and compare different cards side by side, read in-depth reviews, and a lot more. So I actually just signed up for one, and I am using those points for I'm not sure where yet, honestly. But I'm gonna be doing a lot of travel this year, so I need as many points as possible. Obviously, you only wanna do this if you're sure that you can pay off your credit card at the end of the month, but if that is something you can do, then they're just pretty much giving you free travel, which is amazing. So check out NerdWallet if you're interested in this. Link is in the description. Download the app, and thank you to NerdWallet for sponsoring this portion of this video. Shifting your focus. The ideas of financial independence are usually built around spending less, earning more, and then investing. That's what most of your life decisions are going to revolve around. How can you be frugal and save more money? That's definitely something that I've been really focused on. How can you earn more money? Starting a side hustle, getting a promotion. What can you do to maximize your earning potential? And then investing. How can you invest correctly and most efficiently? And then the whole goal behind it all is building up enough wealth that you're able to have financial freedom and kind of do whatever you want for the rest of your life. And most people, that takes anywhere from 5 to 10 to 20 years to kind of reach that if you're following all these kind of pillars of financial independence. And while that used to be my goal of taking the ideas from minimalism and a few other places and kind of tweaked that a little bit, instead of striving to get enough money where I can never work again and, you know, go out and do whatever, I'm trying to see how quickly I can get to that stage of having all my expenses covered and being able to do work that I really love to do. So I might not wait till I'm a millionaire to quit my job, or I have hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank, or even tens of thousands, but shift it a little bit to how can I live a very frugal lifestyle and do things that are really important to me every day? How can I make my life something that I look forward to Monday mornings, something that I don't need a vacation from? For me, that was starting a YouTube channel, something that I really feel like can actually help people and something that I really enjoy to do. Review your expenses. Sometimes when you're too focused on the goal of reaching early retirement, you can cut too many things, and that's where I was a couple years ago. I was cutting everything out. There's stories of people who go so extreme in this that they'll rent out all the rooms in their house and they'll live in their living room, or they'll live on like $7,000 a year, just like crazy stuff, extremes people go to where they cut out some of their happiness and some of their enjoyment in their life. At least it would be for me to go to that extreme. I don't really have that desire to do that. That they miss out on the now. While you sacrifice for the later, you're missing out on the now. And while I am a huge fan of delayed gratification, you can take that a little bit too far. So instead of just looking at all your expenses, asking, can I save more money? You're also asking, what few things do I actually want to spend money on that will enrich my life and really help me enjoy my life? And usually the answer to those things is very few things really bring you that much happiness, but you don't want to cut out those things that actually do bring you that, though maybe it's traveling or whatever it is for you. Don't be too extreme chasing the prize that you miss out on the journey. simplify your investing. The way I've done this has been really focusing on just one thing to invest in, kind of becoming an expert in that area. That's been house hacking for me and investing in real estate. But for other people, it's other things. There are really simple ways to invest in index funds and things like that. Or there are really complicated high risk ways of investing as well. But really putting an emphasis on that and realizing what your goals are so you can focus on what you need to do. For mine, it was get my expenses as low as possible and then build up some passive income through real estate investing that I would be able to leave my job. So if I had invested in the stock market, I probably would have to still be at my job. But since I did something a different way, I'll be able to, build up more return now and more income now, but it'll be a little bit different down the road. So finding out what path is right for you. And then once you find that path, simplify as much as possible so you can focus on being very efficient in your investing. The growth mindset. I think this is something that both camps kind of have. The minimalists and the FIRE community is having a growth mindset. But the only problem was that when I was strictly in the FIRE community, I was reading tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of books and podcasts and YouTube videos about saving money, investing, finances, everything like that. And while I did really learn all that stuff really well, I didn't focus on the areas of my life outside of that. I was working a full-time job and then a part-time job as a real estate agent, starting a YouTube channel, other part-time work doing construction. So I was working like 3 or 4 jobs, nights, weekends, everything. And while that was super important to get me to where I am today, I definitely missed out on a few things and I sacrificed a little bit too much. And you have to ask yourself that question: do you want to reach it in 5 years, or are you okay in 6 years and really enjoying those 5 years a lot more? Once I kind of reached a certain level a couple of years ago, I really started to focus on other areas of my life, not just my finances. And I think that's been super important in my overall life, is to be a well-balanced person, not focused on just one thing, but really growing myself as a person outside of finances. I think that's something that gets missed a little bit. You have more time. Once I really started to narrow down what I said yes to, the commitments that I made, what was important to me, I realized that I had a lot more time to focus on the things that were truly important. Once you find those things that are like, if I get this one thing done today, I'll be happy with my day. And if you can do that every single day, you start to make a lot of progress and you don't let all that other 90% of stuff, all that junk get in the way. And once you cut a lot of that out, it has given me a ton more time to focus on the things that bring a lot of return, and I'm a lot more efficient with my time and therefore can reach my goals a lot faster. Autopilot. Sometimes when you're really into your finances, you can want to have your fingers in everything, make sure that you understand everything that's going on, tracking every penny, writing things down in spreadsheets and checking everything out. But from a minimalist perspective, I try to just put everything on autopilot and not worry about it too much. Set up those core habits, those important things, check in on them every now and then, but don't be like obsessed with them and checking them all the time and doing more work than is necessary just so you feel like you're being productive. So I put my bills on autopilot. I put my morning routine on autopilot, my schedule as much as possible. I just structure everything in my life, my investing. It's all on autopilot, so I don't have to worry about all those things that are really important. I set up the schedule for them and now they just happen automatically, and I continue to grow without having to be obsessed with all those little things. So that's what I got, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next week.